Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, the guy who aces exams, manipulates elite students, and always seems 3 steps ahead, all without breaking a sweat. Or, how about Lelouch v. Britannia from Code Geass, a mastermind tactician who bends nations to his will, using nothing but words and strategy. They don't win by force. They win by redirection. They use their opponent's moves against them. Honestly speaking, that's not just anime genius. That's something you can do today, in real life. Welcome to the hidden art of psychological judo, where you don't fight force with force. You redirect it. You know those moments where someone's trying to argue, pressure, manipulate, or just dump their drama on you, and you either freeze, fight back, or shut down. But what if there was a third option? A calm, strategic, almost elegant way to respond that flips the script, protects your peace, and maybe even gives you the upper hand. That's what this video is about. And the crazy part, it's not science fiction. It's backed by real psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral research. So let's break it down, step by step. Part 1. Reframe the attack. Stop seeing force as force. Let's start with the core of judo and psychological judo. Use the opponent's energy. Don't resist it. Sounds cryptic, right? But think about this. Someone throws a punch. You don't block it. You grab it and redirect it into a takedown. Same goes for words, assumptions, and social pressure. Let's say your manager says, "This is the 3rd report with mistakes." Do you even care about quality? Your instinct? Defend yourself. Argue and say, "It's just small typos. No big deal." But here's the judo move. Agree with their emotion. Redirect the meaning. "I hear your frustration. It does look like I'm not treating accuracy seriously. I rushed instead of setting aside proofreading time, and that's on me. I'll block an extra hour and ask a teammate for a second set of eyes." Boom. Conflict defused. Guilt weapon neutralized. And now, you're in control of the frame. This is based on a concept called non-resistance reframing, studied in techniques like motivational interviewing and even cognitive behavioral therapy. Instead of butting heads, you realign. You become the guide, not the opponent. Everyday example, your friend says, "You never reply to texts." Instead of going, "I was busy," try, "Yeah, that's fair. I've been kind of off my phone lately." Instant calm. No fight. Psych tip: the brain perceives resistance as a threat. When you agree with the underlying feeling, you deactivate the threat, and the person relaxes. That's when real dialogue can happen. So next time, don't resist. Reframe. Redirect. Part 2. Redirect attention. The science of distract and diffuse. Okay, you've reframed. Now what? Time for the second move. Redirect the energy. Remember Lelouch? He never just disarmed opponents. He turned their momentum into his own advantage. In psychology, this is called cognitive redirection, shifting attention to a new emotional or mental frame. Here's a real-world trick. When tension's rising, ask a curious, unrelated question. "Hey, quick side note. Have you heard about that new productivity app everyone's using?" Sounds random, right? But you're pulling their brain out of the conflict loop. You're giving them a cognitive off-ramp. Why it works? Neuroscience shows we can't maintain high emotional arousal and switch focus at the same time. The prefrontal cortex literally can't multitask like that. Everyday example, you're in a heated family dinner. Someone's pushing your buttons. Instead of escalating, you smile and say, "By the way, did you ever end up watching that Netflix show I recommended?" You're not avoiding the topic. You're redirecting the emotional current. It's a power move, not a dodge. Same with internal battles. You're doom scrolling, feeling like trash. Instead of shaming yourself, physically stand up. Change the room. Ask yourself a silly question. What fruit would I be right now? It sounds dumb, but it works. Pattern break equals redirection equals momentum shift. Part 3. Master silent control. The power of deliberate non-reaction. Now for the final piece of the puzzle. And this one's subtle. Silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. There's a psychological technique known as the strategic pause. Therapists use it. Negotiators use it. Even high-level CEOs. The idea? Let them fill the space. Why it works? Social psychology shows that people hate awkward silence. It triggers the brain's need for closure and often leads them to soften, explain, or even contradict themselves. Everyday example. Someone tries to guilt you. "I guess I'll just do it myself." Like always, instead of defending, just say nothing. Let the silence breathe. Chances are, they'll backpedal. or reveal what they really want. Silence is power. It's disarming. And when used with intention, it turns passive into active control. Combine this with eye contact, calm posture, and low, steady tone. And you've got an energy that says, "I'm not moved." You're not resisting. You're anchoring, and that's psychological judo. Bonus, the mindset shift from defense to direction. All right, here's the truth. None of these techniques work if your mindset is still stuck in survival mode. The key isn't learning to dodge punches. It's realizing you set the stage. Your energy, your calm, your curiosity. That's what frames every interaction. Want to make this sustainable? Stop asking, "How do I protect myself?" Start asking, "What energy am I creating here?" That one question shifts you from reactive to directive, from anxious to anchored. This is supported by internal family systems therapy and self-distancing techniques in emotional regulation science. You're not just reacting, you're observing, choosing, leading. Even in chaos, you become the still point. Wrap up. You have this power, let's bring it home. You don't need to be a genius tactician or an anime mastermind to use psychological judo. You just need to reframe the attack, redirect attention, master silence, and root it all in intentional energy. The world doesn't need more loud voices. It needs anchored ones. You're more powerful than you think. You're not here to fight life. You're here to guide it. Thanks for watching. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and let me know. What's one situation where you could try psychological judo this week? Remember, calm isn't weakness, it's control. See you in the next one.